You may have noticed a recent flurry of attention being brought to the concept of pronouns. What exactly are they, and why are they so significant? Pronouns are self-descriptors which allow for your identity to be accurately reflected by other people. Most male-identifying folks use he and him, meaning you would want people to refer to you with that set of pronouns. Most female-identifying people use she and her. These are the two most common sets of pronouns you will come into contact with in your professional life, but that does not mean they are the only two sets. Some individuals may prefer the more neutral set of they and them. Some folks may prefer to use multiple sets of pronouns. You may notice some people using a mix of 2 or 3 in their Zoom name. This is only to indicate that that person is open to you referring to them with any of the pronouns listed. For example, if someone shared with you that their pronouns were she and they, this would mean they were comfortable with being referred to with either of these pronoun sets, she, her, and they, them. Many people find themselves confused at the prospect of using they as a pronoun for one individual, when so many of us grew up learning it was strictly used to refer to a group. This is actually a very common misconception. Think about if you found a lost umbrella at the park. You might say, "Someone lost their umbrella. I wonder where I should take it so that they can find it." We actually use the pronoun they in a singular fashion frequently. The term transgender refers to any person whose gender identity differs from the one they were assigned at birth. Some may also identify as trans, the shorthand version. Someone who identifies as a transgender woman is someone who was born labeled as male, but used the more accurate identity of female. A transgender man would be someone who would prefer to be identified as a man. When someone comes out as transgender, they may want to go by a different name, which more accurately represents their identity. And along with this, they may want to be referred to with different pronouns than the set they were using previously. All of this is totally normal, and it's important for people to respect this change. Imagine how it would feel if you were sure of your identity, only for everyone around you to refer to you in a different and inaccurate way. It's nothing short of distressing. By doing something as small as using the correct pronouns for someone, you are showing basic human respect towards a group which unfortunately does not receive such decency often enough. Misgendering, the use of the incorrect pronoun, is something that has been mocked online to attack transgender individuals, but it's something very serious. Misgendering is often a gateway into mistreatment and violence towards transgender people. Referring to transgender women with pronouns which would suggest they are male is not only unaffirming and rude to that person's being, but genuinely dangerous. With all of that being said, misgendering is often not on purpose and not malicious, and it can happen to folks who are not transgender. The term for people who are not trans is cisgender, meaning you currently identify with the gender you were born into. Since both of these groups, and pretty much every other person you're going to come into contact with, use pronouns, misgendering is bound to happen. Dealing with misgendering someone is honestly a very easy process, which we can break down into 2 steps. First, address the problem with a quick apology. Doing a long-winded apology makes the person you hurt have to spend emotional energy on consoling you, which ends up ultimately deepening the harm that they feel. Secondly, correct yourself and move on. Repeat your sentence with the correct gendering. For example, he went to the store yesterday. If you witness someone misgender someone else, even if it's awkward or uncomfortable, it's important to address it in a kind and insistent way. Stepping in and saying a quick, "They actually use they/them pronouns," is a quick and easy way to continue to facilitate a comfortable and safe environment. Some folks might be afraid of talking with transgender people out of fear of saying something offensive. It's easier just to avoid any potential problems, right? This would be rude in even the best of circumstances, and is definitely not the approach to take. Transgender people are the same as any other person you'll meet, and it's very much a disservice to avoid speaking to so many possible lifetime friends, associates, and partners over something as simple as gender. I hope this guide has empowered you to approach gender head-on. There are so many wonderful people in the world. Go out and meet them.